Hello and welcome to the program. I am Adeshawa Josh. During the week, I met a young banker turned entrepreneur in Ogun State, who, as a matter of fact, was at a fruitful stage of his banking career. He had just been promoted, had started gaining the confidence of his bosses. He travels outside the country for training, international conferences, and it was just the rosy time of his career. Then, he decided to cut short his enjoyment to start his own business. And guess what? Not the type he cannot tie. I bring you an interesting story of a young entrepreneur whose dirty business, supported by the Bank of Industry, not only make him the boss, but makes him millions of naira.
In the agricultural sector, due to limited processing and preservation capacity. This results in high food prices and food importation, with its attendant effects on the nation's foreign reserves. To enable Nigerians optimize the benefits from the country's vast agricultural products such as cassava, oil palm, rice, tomatoes, and others, the Bank of Industry has launched a 5 billion naira cottage agro-processing fund, the CAP Fund. Customers can access the fund to establish plans to process our various agro-produce into food products or intermediate raw materials for industries at a single-digit interest rate of 9% per annum. For more information on the CAP Fund, please visit www.boinigeria.com/capfund. Bank of Industry, developing Nigeria's agro-processing industry through the CAP Fund.
It's a dirty business, but it generates at least 20 million naira every month. Tons of empty sachets of pure water that could have been left littering the streets are recycled here at Polysmart Company Nigeria Ltd, an indigenous manufacturing company located in Sangowata, Ogun State, southwest Nigeria.
It's a very dirty business, right? Well, it looks absurd, but I can tell you, that process is 2 times more profitable than this size. We don't have very good way of disposing waste in this country, and one of the major problems we have is nylon, really blocking our seaways, our waters, contributing nuisance to our environment. But when we started the business, I never thought of reprocessing all this waste. But like a year after we have started the major operation, I went to Kano one day. I saw the waste, the pure water waste littered everywhere. Then something just came to my mind. What if there's a way to collect all this and turn it to another raw material? Then I came back, I discussed with my head of operation. He said, no, he has never seen it done anywhere. It's not going to be possible. The product will not come out fine, blah, blah. But I'm a very stubborn person. Then I told him, we need to give it a try. We first bought 1 palletizing machine. Then we bought 1 wash crushing line. I explained to somebody in China, and he designed something for me, which we imported last year, December. But for 3 months, the line never worked. We tried, the material was not coming out fine, everything, but we kept trying and making amendments, thinking about this, why not have it this way, why not let the machine wash into pool, then you say you have a way of bringing out the wash material from the pool. We started amending. By June, we got the process right. In fact, we realized that it's as stable as normal virgin material on our products.
It is taken through a process of recycling discovered by the CEO, Wasiu Balogun, and it serves as raw material for the company's major product, shopping bags, popularly known as poly bag.
This chunk of rubbish you are seeing here, you can see, it's actually very dirty, but what we do is we have people all over the country. We have people in Kano, Kaduna, even Abuja, that sell this pure water waste to us. We buy from Loma as well in Ojota, So what we do is we have people that supply us. They just package the pure water nylon and drop it here. But as dirty as it is, number one, we ensure that our staff are protected, because you can touch anything here. You must be on proper hand gloves, you must be on proper boots. Then, as you are living here, your hands are properly sanitized. Then, we buy the material here, stack it here. Then, we have wash crushing line. Wash crushing line is a machine that washes this material, crushes it, then we then turn the material to palletizing and turns it back to pallets. The dirty material is put into this machine, and the machine convey it down and turn it to the food. The machine crushes the material, put it in the food, then from the food we have blower that blows the material and take it into the wash house. After being washed and crushed, it becomes very clean. These are very dirty pure water nylon that has been washed and cleaned. Then in the pool, we put detergents and we put some antibacterial things in the pool. Yes, that is the wash crushed material, which is now turned into palletizing machine, and the palletizing machine turns it to pallets. Then you can see the pure water nylon picked on the road was turned to all these products. These are pallets. These pure water nylon were picked in on the road, in the gutter, everywhere. They are turned into this. And with this, no germ can survive in the material, because the machine you are seeing has 6 etching points, and each of the etching points goes through about 300 degrees. So I'm not sure there's any bacteria that can survive, I mean, in like 300 degrees times 6. So the material becomes very, very clean, and this is the material we turn into the extrusion line to make polybag.
Wasiu Balogun is a chartered accountant with many years of experience. He tells me why he chose the business and how his experience as a banker has helped.
The target I set for myself was before age 40, or when I become manager, whichever one comes earlier, I have to resign and chart a new course for my life. And the new course is going into manufacturing, because I've always known that no country can develop very well without the industrial sector. So when I was about starting the business, in fact, I never had it in mind that I was starting nylon making business. I want to do a business that will generate money for me every day. Our sales is every day. Therefore, I cannot do a business that will be dealing with any large corporates, because I know that big organizations, we supply to them, you have to give them credit. I want to do a business that's not credit driven. I will have to sell every day. Then I will have to employ a minimum of about 100 people within the next 5 years. The product I produce the end users don't buy it. It's actually given to you. So, and I know that Nigeria is a consuming economy. You get to buy things, they get to hand over one to you free of charge. Then people that buy it from us, the cost come at a very, the cost is very little. I realize that some people still import this same shopping bag into the country, which tells me that if the guys producing here are able to meet up with the demand at the right quality, there won't be any need for importation. Then my objective is to produce at a cost that is far cheaper than the cost anybody can produce into this country. Then we give the customer good quality at the right price. My plan was, let me start no matter the challenges, hit the ground running. I know where I'm going to. My vision is to be the reference point for packaging business in Nigeria.
He had the vision, the experience, the skills. He even had the clout, but had no money. Then, the Bank of Industry came to the rescue.
I tried to raise private equity. Because of the years of experience, it wasn't possible. Then I went to a foreign company that their business is to finance businesses in Nigeria. It's a South African company, Grooving. When I approached them, they said, you have a very brilliant idea. We can see that you're very active, you believe in what you are doing, or we cannot finance you. I said, well, it's not a problem, it's just a trial. If I'm not getting finance from you, I have alternative, I have Bank of Industry. And the guy said specifically that Bank of Industry, you will never get money from Bank of. I asked him why. That I won't get money from Bank of Industry. He said he had somebody that they did not fund. He went to BOI and he paid 5 million naira consultancy fee. And BOI never gave him the money. I told him, I said, Mr. Sunday, write today's date down. I will get the money from BOI. My business will succeed. Then I'll come back to you and tell you that you're a liar. At the end of the day, we got the money from BOI. And if I tell you this, before the expansion, we had 35 staff. We completed the expansion March this year. Now we have 160 staff. Before the expansion, our volume was about 25 tons, 30 tons. It was about 50 tons max. Now we do about 180 tons. It means our turnover was up by more than 200% after the expansion. Then our debt to equity ratio reduced from about 60% to less than 30%. From our money, we're able to acquire a lot of assets that we couldn't get any bank to finance. And today, I believe in a long-term thing. Then we will not take money from any other bank to finance our equipment, because BOI is the only bank that can give you very reasonable interest rates at a long or medium term. No bank will do that for you.
With just 2 years in business, Polysmart has created jobs for many young graduates who also get trained on the job.
I started with Polysmart since inception of the company, and this is what we do in extrusion as an extrusion operator. We convert polyethylene material into finished goods, as in nylon. The material pass the machine. The type of machine we use to have has a funnel, the barrels, and the die and the winder. These materials pass through the furnace, through the heated barrel with the head of the element that has a different temperature controls. After it has been melted, it passes through the die, whereby we inserted the air to blow the films into different sizes that we require. So after it has been blown to the determined size, it passes through the nip roller down the winders, whereby it's rolled into a core. After it has rolled to the determined size that we have, we send it to the cutting machine, where they are going to cut it to different sizes for shopping bag, and we send it to market.
The process of making polyethylene bag starts with sourcing the right raw materials. taken through extrusion and cut into various sizes.
This is one of the raw materials we use in producing our shopping bags. This is actually HD, but we have HD in different grades. This grade is Ellen 5615. This is Ellen. Though Ellen is a grade of HD, at times when the Ellen is scarce, we use Malex, we use 002. Let me show you some samples of the Malex that we use. This is the Malex. Both Ellen, Malex, and 002, they are all HD, but coming from different companies. Depending on availability, we use any one of these. Then, apart from the HD, we use LD, we use LLD, and Master Batch. Let me show you a sample of our LLD. So these are the LLD. So in producing the shopping bag, depending on the type we're producing, we have about 9 products. But majorly, all the products use HD. The HD gives us the strength, while the LLD makes it to draw. This is LLD, the HD, and the LLD, and the black master bag that I'm going to show you are all mixed up in different proportion to produce the product. So the LD, the LLD, the master batch, they are mixed in different